We're midsummer here in Zone 5B, and it's time to do some garden maintenance. Hello garden friends, and welcome to my channel, DK's Garden Oasis. I am Debbie. I'm a master gardener and butterfly raising hobbyist. I know I said I was going to talk about indoor plants, but I'm going to delay that video for a week so I can talk about garden maintenance and pruning your tomatoes and also pinching my dahlias. This is requiring a little bit more immediate attention, and I'll get back to those indoor plants next week. Stay till the end where I share a garden tip about repelling hornworms from your tomato plants. It is important to prune your tomatoes for air circulation and also to stake them for better stability of the vines. I've given everything a mid-season fertilizer to all my flowers and vegetables, so now it's time to do a little garden maintenance. I saw a female monarch today floating around my milkweed and landing on it. She did not lay any eggs that I saw, and it is a little later this season, but that could be due to a variety of things, climate change, or maybe the bad weather on the journey north. I'm hoping to see eggs in the next week or two, so make sure you stay tuned. My Dahlia Patch is also requiring some weeding and some pinching. And I'm told that if you do that, I know it's going to be hard to do, but in the end, I'm going to be having more blooms. I have seen my dahlias eaten by the rabbits, and that's a little unfortunate. So I'm going to possibly put up another barrier to keep the rabbits from eating the dahlias. So let's talk about the two different types of tomatoes, your determinate and your indeterminate. You don't necessarily need to prune your determinate tomatoes except the suckers underneath the first blooms. Determinate tomatoes have a predetermined time, amount of stems, flowers, and leaves for each plant. Indeterminate tomatoes grow and produce until you get your first frost. The indeterminate also requires staking. Make sure you don't prune your plants when the plants are wet, as they are prone to disease. Advantages of pruning: it keeps the plants compact and prevents sprawling. It maximizes production. It minimizes disease by improving circulation around the plant. Disadvantages is it removes the leaves that would feed the plant, and also removing too much foliage can cause sun scald. And again, a good rule of thumb is to remove all the suckers below the first flower cluster. Here is a photo of a tomato plant and the parts of the tomato. This photo is a picture of where you should prune the suckers. Now I'm going to show you one of my determinate tomatoes. So to continue on with pruning, this is the determinate tomato that I have. It's Proven Winners, good-hearted, and you could see it's not very big. I showed you in my raised beds what that looked like. And we have 1, 2 fruit that are ready to be picked. So as I said, it has a determined height, stems, number of blooms, and take these off. I kind of looked this over and I didn't really see any suckers, and I'm not going to prune it because it is so small and I don't want to remove too many leaves so that it gets sunburned. These are already sunburned because I was watering overhead, which you shouldn't do, and it was really hot, so the leaves got a little burnt. So I'm going to leave this one alone, and it's doing good. So that's the determinate. I did want to talk to you about this. So I thought this was a special heirloom tomato, and what happened was I went back to my videos that I planted these, and I actually planted eggplant. So this is an eggplant, not an heirloom tomato. If you did receive these at my farmer's market and I told you they were an heirloom tomato, I'm sorry. I guess I got the labels mixed up for this one. All the other ones look correct, and for some reason, maybe the tag fell out and I put it back in, and I had never grown eggplant before, but this is an eggplant, and we have a couple of blooms. There are some really pretty blooms, purple blooms, and I'm getting some eggplant on. So I will be trying those. So I wanted to let everybody know that these are what these were, if you did get these from the farmer's market. Now I'll show you an indeterminate tomato and how I stake them and also prune them. We have an indeterminate tomato, and this one is the Johnny's Sun Gold. So those are the very sweet, very popular orangey tomatoes. And it says to go before the go under the first bloom stalk to find the suckers. So I'm going to do that here. Okay, here's an example right here. So you follow the stem up. This is the stem, and whoops, and then you have a branch right here and a branch right here that has some fruit on it, some flowers, or a stem, and then right in the middle it's a V right there. That can be cut off. So that's what I'm going to do, and I hope you can see that. So cut that off right there, and now that'll send more energy in the plant for fruit. Let me see if I could find another one. As you can see, this is the main stem with some other branching stems coming off of it, and right in the center of the V here is another one. So I'm going to just pinch that off, and let's see if I can find another one. Let's see. Oh, here's one. So again, main branch, you got two stems, and right in the center is this, right in the V. So we just pinch that one off. So I'm going to go through and prune all these, and will show you afterwards what they look like. Okay, all of my tomatoes are pruned and staked. You can see I have 3 stakes per grow bag, and now they're supported and they have air circulation between them. They're nice and watered, and it should be good. Pinching your dahlias. The best time to pinch your dahlias is when they are between 12 and 16 inches tall and have 4 sets of leaves that come off of the center stalk. At this point, the plant is growing rapidly and will recover from pinching. It will take an extra week or 2 to get blooms, but it will definitely be worth the wait in October when you have beautiful blooms. Now let's go outside and pinch those dahlias. Okay, we're in my Dahlia Patch, and there's a couple that have more than 4 leaves, so I'm going to cut those. As you can see, this one is a pretty large stalk, and it definitely has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and cut this one right here, right at this point, so that I hope to get more blooms out of it. So let me get my pruners, and this is the first time I'm going to do this, so and they said, and it does look like this, try not to water overhead, because you do not want water going in the stalk, because it's hollow, and I'll show you that. I don't know if you can see this, but it's hollow, so you don't want water going in there. So that's one, and that one happens to be Crazy Legs. And the next one I'm going to do is this one over here. This one is called D. Sorensini. So this one definitely has more than 4, and I'm going to go and cut it right in here. Actually, I'm going to go down a little bit. Right there. Okay. And maybe one more over here. Let me see if it has 4 leaves. It's got a pretty big stalk. 1, 2, looks like the bunnies ate some of those. 3, 4. Yeah, it's got a good stalk on it. So I'm going to go in here and cut it. And I'm gonna give you an update to show you if there's new sprouts in between there. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through and weed, and then I might put a barrier all the way around here if I get a chance today, and to keep the rabbits out, because I have noticed that the rabbits are eating some of them. As you can see, the leaves are chewed right here. So I want to get a barrier up so the bunnies don't start chowing down on all of these. Oh, I have maybe one more that we can cut. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. So I'm going to go in here and cut it right there. All right. That should be good. And if I see any more, I will cut those. But the main thing I want to do is to weed in here, put the barrier up. I have a couple more stakes that I want to stake over here. And that should do it. Other than that, it doesn't look too bad as far as weeding. So I will show you the progress when I am all done. So yep, that's it. I cut off I pruned the tops off, and so that I can get more blooms, and I staked all of my tomatoes over there. And that's it for today and today's video. Talk to you soon. Seeing my video where I did a little bit of garden maintenance, so make sure you hit that like button. When I started this channel back in February, my goal was to reach 100 subscribers in 6 months. I'm very close. So if you know any gardeners that would like my channel, please consider sharing my channel. Comment below your challenges in your garden this year. Mine have been rabbits, and also the very wet spring and the very hot summer. Next week I'll be taking care of my indoor plants, doing some repotting and some pruning. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell for that video. Now I'd like to share a garden tip to repel hornworms from your garden. Thanks for watching, and happy gardening. Bye-bye.